This is the response from question 1. In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
Right, so our media product challenges and uses and develops conventions from the thriller genre in its titles. In our titles, I show titles over both black screens and also over the top of footage. This is also seen in films like Silence of the Lambs, which shows its titles over the top of footage. But a film like Pulp Fiction also shows its titles over the top of a black screen. So we've incorporated both of these and put this into our film. Also, editing is used to create a slow pace. This is seen in both Pulp Fiction and Silence of the Lambs, as this sort of establishes what's going on and helps the audience understand what's happening at the beginning of our film. This is seen in our film as we use long takes. This is seen in our film as we use long takes and also the use of black screens so that it helps the audience absorb what's happening on screen. Editing in an interesting way is used in other thriller movies such as Taken by playing around with time, as in Taken it starts by showing a home video of the protagonist's daughter's birthday. And this is also seen in Memento, where the whole footage is played backwards, messing about with time. We also have used editing to sort of create this, make us play with time, as we have flashbacks, and this is also why we had to incorporate black screens, so that the audience would find it easier to understand what's happening, the story.
Our film uses, develops and challenges forms and conventions of real media products through also camera work. One way is when we use establishing shots right at the start to establish our location. This is in like most thriller films, but for example in Taken, where when the film starts, they establish where they are. There's Taken 2, where they are in Istanbul, and they use an establishing shot to show basically where they are. Another thing is I use close-ups of characters and significant props, like such as the hammer, where it's above our character's head. And we use these like props and close-ups to establish our genre, just like in the film 7, where they use loads of close-ups of props, and they use loads of close-ups of props. Also, on top of our camera we use an LED light, which is blue. This was to create a colder and sort of darker feel when we're inside the building where our character was sort of getting murdered. They also use this in Boiler Room, although it's a different film. They use it to create a colder feel as well. I think that's all I've got.
Our film uses, develops and challenges forms through mise en scène. One example of this would be costumes, to separate the gangsters or gang members that are antagonists in the film to the protagonist, who is just a victim, or potentially normal guy. And they both wore different clothing, which was clear. The gangsters wore more like sportswear, which you would associate a criminal to wear, whereas the victims, normal people, were wearing casual clothing, nothing special, nothing like creepy or sinister. And we also used setting really effectively, like with the exterior, we filmed it in a different location. It was like a creepy area with like abandoned, weren't it? Abandoned. Yeah, no one had been there before, but it went well with the interior, even though it was in a completely different area. With the use of like LED lights, we created an atmosphere like a dark and creepy atmosphere that worked, and it actually looked like the inside of the exterior shots. So yeah, the use of mise-en-scène was used really effectively for settings and costume. We also used a lot of props within the interior to establish where they were, and it made like more of a creepy feel when we saw the victim on the chair. We had little like props that were quite sinister.
Lovely sequence we match the sound to the beat, which is conventional with many other films. This is used to help emphasise the importance of the soundtrack. We also use sound that was slow to help establish the pace of the opening. This would be followed by the audio voice to establish the action from our main protagonists.